What is your will, my master?
Hey, this is a demo for a Graflex for a customer that I'm keeping his name private due to the nature of this Graflex. This was meant to be a tribute saber for his father. It has a full crystal chamber installed with a Proffie. The actual crystal inside the Graflex was made and it was infused with some of his father's ashes. So, for that reason, I'm keeping his name out of it. But we'll just go, straight into the demo. So this got CC sabers in here for the main PCB. This takes a 7/8" blade. This did come with a blade plug right here. I'm going to leave the blade plug out because it has a metal piece here on the bottom that you can see. That's a super bad idea in case these touch the pins in here and then you turn this on without thinking about it. So I'm going to leave this out and I'm just going to put it in your box. And yeah, I would just suggest a different blade plug, right? To get to everything, what you want to do is just flip this clamp up, and then we're going to unscrew the handle like this. This is a 2-button setup, and per your request, the activation is on the front part of the clamp switch, and the auxiliary is this red top button up here. So when we take this handle off, here's your chassis, right? So here's your crystal chamber. You got an OLED screen right here. We'll talk about that in a second. Here's your crystal chamber. Can't see the crystal too well right now, but when I light it up, you can see it very well. I did a little bit of coloring to the chassis. This was like a black SLS material to try to bring out that color a little bit. A credit goes to Megtooth because I watched his video on how he did this chassis and how he incorporated the OLED into the chassis because there's really no room for it. I had to cut it out. So I watched his video to see where he placed it. I placed mine in the same area. Not sure how he did the inside. I just kind of went from there and I did my own thing, but I saw Megtooth do it first. So shout out to Megtooth. So we put that in there, and then also there are LED strips in the back here to light up these cutouts. That's another thing that Megtooth did. I'm not sure what LEDs he used. I used regular blade strips, some BTF strips. One side, the bottom here actually has a 5-strip LED, and then the top where the board is at has a 3-strip LED, and that was just as much as I could fit in here. And again, this portion was not necessarily made to hold any LEDs. I had to do a lot of modifications to the inside of this chassis. I actually cut a lot of chassis material out, filed some stuff down, and still it was a pretty cram food job, getting those LEDs in there. So hopefully that came out like you liked. I wanted to put some blade diffusion over the top of it, but there was just no room. There was no room for me to get that in there. So I was happy that I was able to even get those in there because I didn't think I'd be able to do that. When you look at the back, you can see if it picks up on camera well. You've got easy access to your micro USB your micro USB and your SD cards right there. And of course, this has an in-hilt battery with a recharge port and this kill key that was provided with the chassis, and that all works. This is a twist kill key, although I find a lot of times trying to use that feature, it's easy to twist it to turn it on, but it's difficult to twist it to turn it back off. So I just like to pull it out. You can do whatever you like. You can play around with it and figure out what you want to do there. Yeah, let's pull the kill key out. This has 4 blade styles going on. So I've got your crystal pulsing, and now you can see it a lot better, and I'll turn the light off. The crystal shines very nicely. And I've got, of course, the bottom LED strip doing a little something different than the top one. I just wanted you to have a variety of colors. You have motion controls. So that's when these LEDs in here, they start firing up and then going faster, and then your crystal will go to a solid blue, but then when you hit auxiliary, you'll see everything light up, right? Got your OLED screen right there. And then we could twist off just like that. If we came over here, we could hit activation, right? Tap it again to turn it off. Then we'll put the handle on and we'll throw a blade in. Actually, I'll just leave the handle off. And we'll try to do everything with the handle off so that you can see the crystal chamber, because that's really the focus of this entire saber. This is your blade retention right here. So we just want to back this out of the blade chamber. We'll put in our 7/8" blade. And we'll want to lock that down because this particular blade is kind of loose in the socket. All right, so that's locked down. We use that to do it. Now we hit activation. Everything is going off nice here. Auxiliary. You do have battle mode that I put on here, even though you might change it. So if you hit the saber, right, you'll notice the animation in these and in your crystal chamber. Until you pull away from it. So one more time. Until you pull away from it just like that. And then we'll twist it off. I only put one sound font on here because I know you're going to do your own thing with it. Let's turn this light back on, and then I'll put the kill key back in. And then when you put the kill key back in, of course, you'll notice that everything turns off. So everything's working like it should there. And we'll put the handle back on. I only put one sound font on here because there's 4 blade styles, right? So I wanted you to be able to see easily what I did there, and then you can modify it from there. But the first blade style being your blade. The second one is the single pixel accent for your actual crystal. The third one is the 5-strip LED on the bottom, and then the fourth and final blade style is the 3-strip LED here on the top. So you can program those to do whatever you want. I did a little different programming on everything so that you could get a feel of what it would look like if everything was doing something different. But anyway, that is your saber. Let me know if you got any questions, and if not, I will send this out in the mail today. All right, thanks.